this is my first time doing something like this. I'm inspired by my friend Ujjwal, and I want to show you in bits and pieces how I put together this card as a part of my Instagram story. What you see before you is a bunch of supplies, and I'll walk you through them. The main focus of this activity or the card project is going to be this particular die set that's called Flourished Framework. It's by Becca Feeken from Amazing Paper Grace. She's a licensed designer for Spellbinders. In addition to that, I have used this older Glimmer kit set for the sentiment. I have already glimmered the sentiment. I'm sorry for the poor lighting, just give me a minute. But yeah, this is the sentiment. It's your day. I've already glimmered it using gold. Okay, next I have used this die set to cut a bunch of different petals. You see them here. I have also tried to give them some shape, and I have curled up the petals, and I have added a little bit of distress ink on the side, distress oxide ink, the festive berries to be exact. So that's what I have already done. I'll show you with one of the petals how I do it, and that's for the flower. Next is the leaves. I have used the same stem set to cut out a bunch of leaves. I have, die set to cut out a bunch of leaves, I'm sorry. I have also used this die set here to cut out that leafy, branchy kind of a thing. And I have also added a little bit of distressing on it using the crushed olive distressing. So that is also done. I'll probably... Alright, so as you can see, I have used these dies here from the main Flourished Fretwork die set to cut out a bunch of pieces. This from a pattern paper, and I have inked the edges with distress ink and distress oxide ink. I'll link to the actual ones on my blog post, so make sure you check that out. I have cut out the two delicate, intricate dies pieces from gold mirror cardstock. And I have cut out the middle label kind of part, the middle part of this, using blue cardstock, and also added distress ink on the edges of it. So these pieces are done. I have also taken a card base on which I had done some stamping earlier and cut it out such that part of it is still connected. You do that by making sure the outer edge of that folded card stays outside the die. That's how you cut it. So you leave a little bit of edge outside, and that's how you cut it. So that's what I have done. As you can see, I had used this card earlier. I know it will be covered, so I'm reusing it. But that's my base card, base and the layers for it. I'll be using foam tape. This is my favorite one. I'm about to run out of it. All right, let's see how I do the distressing. So I'm using two different colors, distress oxide, crushed olive, and distressing mauve lawn. I'm going to use the same applicator, and I'm just going to dip it in there and go only a little bit here and there on the edges, go around the edges, just a tiny bit. This color is almost blending into my leaf, so that's why I'm going to go with a little bit darker one, and again add same way I have done all of my leaves. I'll bring one closer so you can see. Same way I've done all my leaves, all my petals. I have also picked up couple pieces from an older Spellbinders kit. I might add them, I might not add them, but this is what I'm thinking right now. Okay, before I forget, so this is how I shape my petals. I use these extensions for 2-in-1. They are stylus extensions. They come in a pack of 3, and they're all different sizes. And this foam thing you're seeing here is actually the inside of a misty. You can take any kind of a matte kind of material, foam kind of a material. I haven't tried with craft foam, but any thick material that has a little bit of give to it will do. And you just press in the middle with this stylus. I also like to go a little bit into the petals and see how they automatically curl up, and that's what I do. Sometimes I will go all the way up, but today I just decided to do center and a little bit on the side. So that's how I make all my flowers. Alright, so I have put together my flower. I connected it with the brad, as you can see from the behind, and I used one of each petal and kind of shaped them with my fingers too, just curly. So first I'll attach these golden ones to their bases with liquid glue. I'm using the multimedia matte. Best part about the multimedia matte is that even if the glue oozes out a little bit here and there, it's going to dry completely clear. So I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just wanting to make sure it stays put and I hold it in place for some time. So I'm going to put my Misty on top just so that it has some pressure and it doesn't try to lift up. Oops. And we'll repeat the same thing with this two panels. Okay, so this is a trick I learned from one of Becca's videos. See how I have removed the release paper just from parts of this and I folded it on itself. That way I am not risking my entire piece getting messed up, and it's really easy to attach stuff, and then in case I have to, I can simply pull it apart much more easily rather than having the whole thing stick. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. See, I'm sticking only bits and pieces. I'm making sure that I have it adhered correctly, and then I'll remove the release paper from all of these. I'll remove the release paper completely from all of these. Another thing I like to do with my cards is have dimension. So if I've adhered one layer with flat adhesive, the next one I'll try to use foam adhesive. That way I get dimension within the layers also, and it's not just one flat piece of artwork, and then on top when I add embellishments, that pops it up even further. Okay, I fuss a lot when it comes to placements of my sentiments, of my flowers and things like that. So I'm just going to keep quiet, mostly not talk, but let you watch how I do it. I think that's the card for today. That's pretty much it. Please check out my blog for all the more details and exact supplies. I hope you enjoyed this little thing. And please don't forget to let me know how you liked it. I want to hear your feedback. So please, yeah, let me know how you like it.